So for the statue head, the main theme in the level, we now start with a round edge box, stretch it out, and just make sure it fits the underlaying sketch roughly. And zooming out to kind of check how it looks. And now just naming the layer. And again, it's always good practice to name your layers so that you don't get lost when you start to build up your image. Now converting to a smart object and now working inside of that, again it makes it more efficient this way and also eliminates too many groups. And making it semi-transparent and now scaling it in place. Now there's some grass or foliage added to the top of the statue to make it look old, and just remember when you do this, keep it organic and loose so the shapes aren't all the same, and also have it so it overlaps the edges of the statue, so it helps to make it three-dimensional. Now just refining some of the points on the curves. Now a grass section on top is being blocked out, and this has a nice fluid feel to it, so squashing the edges at the bottom and having them fan out at the top, and also scaling them down so you have one large, one small, and this gives a nice sense of scale. So it actually helps when you repeat objects. If you scale them a little bit, twist them, you can get some nice diversity without having to rework every one. Now the eyes are being blocked out, again referencing the sketch underneath. Two circles using a default shape, applying the dark value to one and the green to the other, and then just overlapping them on top of each other. And now just scaling them around to get the right size. In the end, the eye is done as a smart object, so you can basically reuse it for the other eye, and again it speeds things up. Similar process to the mouth now, again using a round edge box to block out the main shape. And then selecting the dark shadow color from below. Now scaling and just getting the right shape, putting the handles a little bit around, and then just scaling the inner one. So using exactly the same process as the eyes to block out the mouth. Now merging them with Ctrl and E, and just naming your groups again so it keeps everything nice and efficient. Now the dark box is reduced down so it gives it the feel that you're looking inside the mouth now. And again using the same round edge box also for the teeth. And with teeth, for example, if you wanted to, you could have them leaning at different angles. But here we just have a similar shape for each one and have them slightly different from each other. Blocking out again by using Alt and drag, Alt click and drag to duplicate, and just put those in place. Now just doing some final refinements on the edges there, just to get the shape nice. If you use the shape straight, it's going to be a little bit too rigid, so you want to pull the points around to make it more organic. And now creating another section inside of the eye as well. Now a lighter section has been created around the eye, so again Maureen's experimenting with different techniques here, trying to see what works, and you'll find that's how it usually goes with game graphics. You're constantly trying things out, some things work, some things don't, and then you usually come back and refine later. And now making some modifications to the colour in the mouth also. Okay, and now checking the environment. So you want to constantly kind of check as you go your object in the environment, and this helps to see how it's working and what you need to change on it. In the next video, we'll start to block out some flowers to add more colour to the scene. I recommend you now to start roughing out your own ideas, so you can do this on pencil and paper or digitally. Come up with as many ideas as you can for different types of statue heads, thinking about the silhouette. Then you can pick one and then start to make it in vectors.